Hey, hello everyone, and welcome back to the stream. So, we've been doing a lot of Stardew Valley, and that's been a ton of fun. But I don't want to neglect Ape Escape altogether. We've already left it for too long, so it's time, it's high time, in fact, to finally do our second Ape Escape stream. Let me turn down the sound a bit for me, because it's loud. Alright. It has been a while. I did a few quick exercises, but, well, let's just say I'm concerned as to how good my performance is gonna be. Yeah, I've been trying to remind myself of the controls, but... well, let's just jump into it. Right, Coral Cave. Capture 5 monkeys. Huh. Scary. I don't think I quite remember how to swim. Hey Alden, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Indeed, more monkeys. I'm trying to remember how to cast your net in the water. But I keep getting attacked by this shark. I wish I still knew. Let's see. Well, obviously there is a monkey, or ape, rather, up on that shark. Alright. I think I actually hit it that time, but I'm not sure if it actually did anything. Let's just move on to the next area for now. Wow. Wait a minute. Nope. Still confused. Aha! I faked him out. Well, an eye for an eye, I suppose. An eye for an eye. Except in this case, it's more like a biscuit, but...
Oh.
Well, this roll started off pretty easy, but... this level has no chill. These monkeys are defined by the pants they wear. Imagine your entire existence hinging on the pants you wear. Yeah, so I can speed up in the water, but as we're actually shooting out my net, Lord knows. What am I missing here? Oh, there it is. Pushing down the right stick. Man. I'm too old to remember all these keys. All these buttons, rather. Keys. Shot them right down from the ceiling. Oh, it disappeared. Getting some Shadow Temple vibes here almost. Except the music doesn't fit. Should I go back and try to get that monkey on the back of the shark? The hammerhead shark? There were actually two sharks, so I felt I should clarify. Which shark are you referring to is a valid question to ask. Okay, now let's see if we can catch this little fellow. Okay, there we go. That wasn't so hard. I just forgot about the input. That was a few minutes wasted. I'm sorry. I apologize for my ineptitude. These things aren't really necessary, they're just for extra lives, but I'm still tempted to grab them. I mean, they're gold and shiny, how can I not? Let's see, there's a little area over here as well. What is this, a cookie dispenser? It actually is. It's just a cookie jar. Ow. Aha. Look at me. 360 no scope, those guys. Actually, there was a scope and it was not a 360, so... Probably not, but I had to do the meme. We need to reach our meme quota, you know? I wonder if there even are any apes in this direction. My meme quota is 1, is that so? Well, then we've met the quota already. Uh-oh. Any more memes will be deducted against your total for the next stream. I'd better watch out then. Oh, there is stuff here, but... Oh, right, there is an ape on top of that. Can I grab a hold of this? Of course I can. But then I fell off. There was one especially tragic stream where I did 4 hours, yes, 4 hours of Banjo-Tooie and made no progress whatsoever. Like, not even a jiggy. I think I did grab a few musical notes, probably, but no substantial progress at all. It was an embarrassment. I'm going to blame the controller for any clumsiness. It's easier that way. I don't want to acknowledge my faults. I can't seem to grab hold of that other vine there. Of course, it is only 2 vines, so you can't really call it a vine compilation. Wow, this is just... Could easily turn this into a how to not play Ape Escape montage. And a very busy music only makes it look sillier. More silly? Sillier? Are you sure this isn't the how not to play stream? It could be. It's already shaping up to be that. Okay, silliest works. Okay. Okay, you know what? Maybe I should just give up on this vine and go somewhere else, because this is getting pretty ridiculous. This is something that takes veterans of the game like 3 seconds, if that, and I'm still stuck getting up a vine. Oh my goodness. He jumps backwards, so you get no double jump from that. Well. Wait, but I did get a double jump there. How come? Okay, you know what? This vine clearly does not want to cooperate. Let's go to that other place first. Should still be plenty to explore after all. We still need 4 more apes before this level is actually done. So I can see myself being stuck here for a while. Let's just explore. No need to get frustrated. Let's get back to the Shadow Temple.
Ow.
Okay, that was a miscalculation.
Ow. Yeah. Ow.
Almost got knocked off there.
Gotcha.
Okay, and that's 2 monkeys. Apes. Can I ride the UFO? Apparently not.
Ow. Yeah. Yeah. Ow. This bites.
This bites. Dude. Ow, yes.
Ow. Yeah.
He's really putting his heart and soul into that voice line, this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never has pain been expressed in a more genuine sense than right here. Yeah, this bites.
Ow. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe what's gonna happen is I'm gonna walk around the stage and I'm gonna reach those vines from the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. Ow.
Ow!
Yeah. Hiya. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
There we go. Alright, and that's 2 down. 3 down. Wow, I can't even count. Monkeys in red bands are strong attackers. Okay. In red bands, even.
Hiya. Yeah.
I'm not sure what just happened,
Ow.
but ow!
Yeah. Hiya. Yeah.
Can I just get this thing to come down by shooting it? So I can, but... Oh, you can climb it. Once again, I overcomplicated things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I will never get over that. An ape with a gun. Ow. And bombs. Get in this net, you simian terrorist. Ow. Well, that took more effort than it needed to take, but I got him.
Hiya! Hiya!
And this leads us back here.
Oh, this bites.
Indeed, it does. Anyway, so it looks like we will need to go back to the area with the vines,
Hiya!
unfortunately.
Yeah! Hiya!
We've already been hit. Oh, there is still... I wonder if I can reach that guy. I'll have to double check. Oh, and I can climb here too. It's clear we're not done here yet. Oh, this is the place I just visited. Wow. And I can climb here too. What a surprise. We just got here.
Yeah! Hiya! 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 Yeah!
Okay, there is an ape down there.
Oh! Yeah! 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 Oh! Yeah! Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Yeah! Oh!
Come on.
Yeah! 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 Oh! Oh no!
Well, hey, it was a different voice line, but I don't feel like his heart was really in that one. Oh no.
Oh!
Come on now.
Yeah! Hiya! 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 Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Maybe there's a smarter way to go about this.
Hiya!
Maybe attacking the ape in a bunker head-on is not the smartest idea. I acknowledge that. Perhaps I've made mistakes. So let's try something a little bit more sneaky, shall we? I love it when you can't look down. Oh, well, if I wanted to do it like this, I should have been down there. I overcomplicated it again, huh? Your excessive chest girth prevents you from tilting your head down. That seems to be the case. He's just too buff. Alright.
Hiya!
The bunker has been busted. The ape is vulnerable. It is time to strike.
Hiya!
The time is now.
Hiya! Yeah! Ow! Yeah! Gotcha!
And there we go.
Yes!
Well, it only took half an hour, but we completed the stage, finally. Hooray!
You did great.
Well, we made it through that one, okay? This is the original Time Splitters. Isn't Time Splitters the series with blinks? I don't have too much first-hand experience with it, I'm afraid. Alright, let's see what's up next.
Hiya!
Hiya. Dexter's Island, huh? I wonder if his laboratory is here as well. Six monkeys, huh? I see. So you don't care too much for the original? Time Splitters 2 is the series highlight.
Let's
A bit
go!
like... I wanted to say a bit like Sonic 2, but I think actually most people prefer Sonic 3 and Knuckles over it. So, disregard. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah! 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 Ow! Yeah! Hiya! Yeah! Ow! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Well, that only took way too many attempts. This guy, this poor guy looks like he's in a bad way.
Yeah! Hiya!
Well, game over. We are inside a dinosaur.
Yeah! Yeah!
It's like Lord Jabu Jabu's belly all over again. I'm assuming swimming in the stomach acid is a bad idea, but I'll do it anyway. It was not as dangerous as I expected.
Hiya!
Why can't I crawl? Blocks of flesh, delicious. My favorite thing to get at the supermarket. Canned spam. Well, speedrunning strats. Yeah, that looks like it, but I'm not sure exactly what's even happening here.
Hiya!
I can't seem to crawl under there, so that's a no-no.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Guess from below could be another point of entry, but
Hiya!
seems weird to have this here and not use it, you know?
Yeah! Yeah!
Alright, I'm convinced that this is not what you're supposed to do. Because the camera freaks out every time I try it. Hey look, it's a secret DK coin.
Hiya! Yeah!
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
I'm not sure if I'd want to eat cookies from this dinosaur's stomach, but there you have it. No wonder he's feeling bad. This bone is just floating in his stomach. This, my dear friends, is a direct consequence of smoking cigarettes. Don't do it. I wonder if approaching from below is the way to go. Unintentional rhyme. Doesn't work. One of my major fears as a child was diving down in the water and being blocked on your way up. You know, the whole trapped under the ice sort of thing. The very idea really freaked me out. Perhaps I'm forgetting about certain gadgets. No, we have the super hoop, but that's not really for entering places. Where's Tiny Kong when you need her, huh? Okay, let's at least catch this guy. Oh, he saw me. Okay, can we stay hidden this time? No. This guy is too alert. It distracts him, but it doesn't really knock him out, does it? Just get bombed in the head. Evasive maneuvers. Completely miss him.
This bites.
This bites. Still haven't caught a single ape yet. Is this stage gonna be the end of me? I sure hope not. There is more stuff to look at here, I suppose. Barrels. Kind of appropriate after making all those Donkey Kong references, you know? Alright, we've scoped out another ape. Can you turn away, please? Of course. Hold down that stick, please. Achoo. Bless you, my dear. And also get in the net. Well, that's one down. But we're making pretty slow progress. I guess I shouldn't be putting too much pressure on it to make progress. After all, it's all for fun, but at the same time, I don't want it to get too boring. There was no reason to do that. Alright, now to catch that other ape. Wow, wow, wow. Wait, but where was that one ape we were following? The layout of this place is a bit confusing, isn't it? Well, it is for someone with my sense of direction anyway. There's still this fellow over here. Well, here it is. Retracing my steps usually helps. Yeah, I think sneaking up on this guy is the best order of business, but... the camera doesn't always do exactly what I intend. I'm completely in a panic at this point. Stay down, please. Those bouncy things are a bit annoying. Of course, I almost had him and I bounced into the thing again. Wait a minute, there's a recenter the camera behind you button, right?
Oh, this bites.
We are rapidly running out of lives at this rate. Let's just try something. Well, it looks funny, but I don't see myself catching any apes with that yet. I could try it with this. Oh, right. It does create a shield, doesn't it? Maybe this is just what I need in this context, since it's hard to sneak up on him.
Ow.
Well, it's hard to actually switch to the net on time. I almost had him there and I used the wrong direction. Come on.
Oh no!
I'm gonna game over at this rate.
Hiya! 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 Hiya!
I still would prefer if I could just sneak up on him, but he seems to see you quite easily. Come on, that totally should have got him.
Gotcha!
Well, finally.
Hiya! Hiya!
Let's never speak of how terribly I did that again.
Hiya!
Because we caught him. That's all that matters. And I'm gonna game over, and I'm gonna have to do it all over again.
Hiya! 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 Yeah!
Oh, you're the wow things again. What are they even supposed to be? Anyway, we're going out the other end, apparently. Oh no, it's just a different room, okay. That wasn't as bad as I expected. A maze? Uh-oh. Where's Ruto? I was wondering the same thing. Yeah, I'm not very... I don't want to... I try to be positive most of the time, but I'm not too fond of how hyperactive the music is compared to the more exploratory nature of this stage. Like, it's not like it's a constant combat stage, but music makes it feel like that. Like, I don't want to hear this while I'm trying to find my way in a maze, you know what I'm saying? Hurry, hurry, explore faster, go, go, go. Yeah, exactly. That's a bit what it feels like. Okay, this is clearly the right weapon for this encounter, at least. And then I fell down. Oh, I defeated it? Okay. Well, that startled me. I thought for a moment there I was like, I was gonna get crushed. Like a Jill sandwich. Like an ape sandwich. Except I'm not an ape. Okay, a cookie.
Hiya!
Well, I'm glad to get some healing at least.
Yeah!
If they are on slippery ground, I see. So it won't knock them over, but it might knock them over if they are on slippery ground. That's good to know. And of course, as we all know, things are slippery when wet.
Hiya!
So it's clearly implied then that we should be doing that.
Hiya!
Ah, interesting. Well, we'll check that out later. We still need to catch these apes.
Hiya!
Oh, they've come back up? Or were there just 3 to begin with?
Yeah! Yeah!
A room full of Owen Wilsons? Wow!
Hiya!
I can't do the voice, but I see what you mean. Wow!
Hiya!
Roy O'Bannon versus the man who would be queen.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Okay, easy enough, easy enough.
Hiya! 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 Hiya!
But there were 2, right? So where's ape number 2?
Hiya!
I guess the what we're supposed to do here is something to that effect. Okay, gotcha.
Hiya! Yeah!
Cookies.
Hiya!
Okay, somehow, some way, I am almost done with this stage now. I'm pretty impressed with myself, honestly. Gotcha. Ow. Okay, we catch this one and we're done here, right? Oh well, that was awkward. He just came falling down. Oh. Gotcha. Thank goodness.
Yes!
Well, that all in all, that went pretty well, right? 55 minutes of streaming and we only completed 2 levels. Oh. Blame it on Rust.
Great.
That is the video game, not my own lack of dedication. That was going to be a joke about the game Rust, but I haven't actually played much of Rust, so it kind of fell flat.
Hiya!
Anyway, let's save our progress before I forget. Rip, the stream is still live, right? I hope you meant rip as in referring to my failed joke. And not the failed stream. Well.
Hiya!
Okay, thank goodness. It's fine if my jokes fail, but it's not fine if the stream fails, you know what I'm saying? Snowy mammoth, woolly mammoth. I do like snow levels, so this should be good.
You're heading towards the Ice Age. It will be extremely cold in this next area. The planet is covered with ice, and in some areas with strong winds, the temperatures will drop below freezing. The apes have adapted well to their new surroundings. Take full advantage of the gadgets so you can quickly move on.
If the stream fails, it's because my internet gives up due to bad jokes. Well, that might be it. Okay, there are 6 monkeys and we need to capture 5 of them. Basically. Oh, look at that. I love the atmosphere of these stages.
Let's go!
Man, this music is such a breath of fresh air after what we just had. Not to, like I said, not to talk down to the soundtrack, it's fine. But sometimes certain tunes don't fit certain situations all that well. Ah, cold water, dangerous, right. That makes sense, but I still wanted to test it, because stomach acid is apparently not dangerous. Okay, thanks for the tip, Doc. Thanks for the tip. King DDD!
Yeah!
It's actually an ape, but, you know. What with the limited polygons, that mouth might as well have been a beak.
Hiya! Hiya! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Evil snowman?
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
When you think about it, there's really no such thing as an evil snowman. Okay, so this is something cool, right? Ha, cool. That wasn't even my intention, but what's neat is the music kind of tones down a bit when you start sneaking. Or at least that's what it seemed like just then. It must have been that way in other stages as well. Has it taken me this long to notice it? No, it definitely happens. That's cool. You have to respect it when the game design and the music interact in such an interesting and useful way. Like when you're sneaking, obviously you don't want the music to be too bombastic, right? Frosty the Snowman. I don't know any of the lyrics. He was made of snow, but the children know that he came to life one day. Something like that. It's more of an American thing. Frosty the Snowman. It's like Jack Frost. We don't even have Jack Frost here. I wonder if that impacted the sales of that DreamWorks movie about the Holiday Guardians. What's it called? Rise of the Guardians? That's a fun movie. It's, I thought it was fun anyway. It was kind of cute. amusing reimaginings of the beloved holiday figures. You know, Santa Claus being this sort of gruff Russian dude. So it was pretty funny. I liked it.
Yeah. Hiya.
You know, this is the absolute peak of content when we started talking about DreamWorks movies.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I still need to watch How to Train Your Dragon 2. I watched the first one and it is a genuinely excellent film. And people tell me the second one is at least as good, so I should get to it already, but I think I've ranted about this on stream before, but I have trouble committing to sitting down and watching something for a while. Like, even when I'm watching a YouTube video, I almost instinctively set it to 2 times speed. Even when when it's my when it's like leisure time, right? And I'm supposed to be relaxing, I still just put it to 2x speed because I don't like being committed to watching one thing for so long. I think that's actually had a pretty negative effect on me enjoying watching things. Like, if you watch something, you should just take the time for it, you know? You shouldn't stress yourself out by speeding it up. Ah, we can damage this. Every time they shoot a gun, I'm just like, what? It's so strange to me. Okay, that was a hit. Haha. I was haha. Gets hit. Of course, the last shot had to land. Gotta stay on the move, apparently. Oh hey, he fell. No, no. No thank you, Mr. Mammoth. Manny. Manny the Moody Mammoth. Oh man, these are the jokes. Now we're referencing Ice Age. He's just sitting there being disappointed about losing his mammoth buddy. Might as well end his suffering. Okay, that's 3 out of 5. So it's already a pretty decent movie. This is basically a recolor of the green floating enemy. Aha! Oh, it has multiple hits. And all the cookies fell down. What a tragic thing. Can we move this? No. Oh, stay low to the ground, right? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm vaguely reminded of this one Mario Party game, where you're climbing in a team of 2, and when the wind starts blowing real hard, you need to hold on. There was one of those games that used the rumble function pretty well. Ah, cookies, finally. Because you would feel the rumbling in the controller, signifying that the blizzard was about to hit. The Mario Party series sure was a great time. There are very varying opinions on when that series became, well, bad is such a... When a lot of people feel that the series lost what it was originally about, in a manner of speaking. This guy really has nowhere to run, does he? Okay, thanks, prof. Can you not interrupt me? Thank you. There we go. The 4th has been acquired.
Hiya! Hiya! Hiya!
Although the newest one they've announced, Super Mario Party, is getting some pretty positive reactions from people.
Hiya!
I've noticed. I feel kind of lukewarm about it. Not particularly enthusiastic, but no, whatever. We'll see. They definitely missed the point of the series by releasing that top 100. 1 for 3DS and 2 with no boards to play. That's such a bizarre choice, and it betrays that they don't. Well, it sounds so pretentious to say that as a fan, but it seems like they don't even understand why people like the games, you know? I really wish the camera would cooperate here.
Oh no!
Yeah, they did. So I'm curious and hopeful about the next one, but yeah, I stopped after Mario Party 8, personally. Because 9 was the one with the car.
Hiya!
And, well... like, from the second I saw that one, and based on my experience with Mario Party 8, I basically felt like, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm done with this series for now. Yeah, there are actually a lot of series where I feel like, okay, especially if they're made by second parties, right? So, for example, Mario Party is handled by Hudson Soft, or was until recently. And, you know, Mario and Luigi, the RPG series, is done by Alpha Dream, Paper Mario by Intelligent Systems. And it genuinely seems like sometimes like Nintendo doesn't really know why people like those games. So they'll give some sort of overarching feedback. Yeah, Other M was similar, really. They give some kind of feedback to the company that completely misses the point of the series. Other M was a great example of that. But you see it in many others as well. Paper Mario Color Splash really missed the point. Well, actually Sticker Star more so. Color Splash is actually better by comparison. Credit where credit is due. Yeah. And the Mario Party games, as we said, there have definitely been mistakes in other series as well. Mario Kart 8 was a big win, I think, but Mario Kart Wii, definitely not. You know, that one was probably not one of the best in the series. Yeah, they make good games and they have no idea why. That's something I think I can agree with. It seems like sometimes they don't really know what makes a game great. I think it has a lot to do with to an extent, I think it has something to do with respect for creators, even when they aren't necessarily right. You know, for example, Miyamoto, absolutely fantastic creator, seems like a nice guy too, but he has a very strong philosophy on video games. And that includes that video games should not have story, and if they do, they should not focus on it. So, he tells Intelligent Systems to stop it with making stories. Yes! Which they did. And that's not to say that the new Paper Mario games are terrible, but people liked the originals because
You did great.
it just kind of misses the point, you know, of what the originals were about. Because I think I played Color Splash, and it is absolutely not a bad game. Though it's kind of... There are definitely issues, but it's definitely... It's like a solid 6.5 out of 10 game, you know? But in a series that really feels... In a 10 out of 10 series, that can feel more like a 1 out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
Look what I've got! A new gadget! Check it out!
Here's the Skyflyer. It'll take you to high places. I'm sending the new gadget over to you right now. Try it out in the training room. Without training, it will be too dangerous for you to continue on to the next area. Well, good luck and be careful.
I see. Maybe I haven't played enough of 8. I'm very much a casual appreciator of the side series, but I liked it.
Hiya!
Rotating the stick. Oh boy, it's useful but very unwieldy.
Yeah!
Reminds... Wow. Take a shot every time something reminds me of something.
Yeah!
But yeah, I am vaguely reminded of the helicopter boxes in... Can you repeat that? Helicopter boxes in New Super Mario. Well, I think there are advantages to the way he thinks. I mean, his commitment to a very fun, very gameplay-based principle has led us to many great games in many great series. But some games should be left alone. Like when you take the character and the character progression element out of RPGs and the story, that's something that people are gonna miss. But anyway, this is not... I shouldn't be... Yeah. He has very good ideas, but every idea has its own context, you know? And when you try to apply ideas outside of their original context, that doesn't always work. I have a similar problem with Aaron Hansen. Bless his soul, he's a talented guy. And probably a very nice guy as well. I haven't met him. But he has very... Well... He has very set ideas about game design. Like, when a game tries to explain something of the story, or tries to tutorialize a mechanic or whatever, he will often treat that with a certain amount of irritation or condescension even. I'll skip through it, and then when the game confuses him afterwards, he'll blame the game for it. At the point where I think I saw this recently, people coined the term when something is game grumped. You skip a tutorial or explanation and then complain that the game didn't tell you something. And that's... I think that's something... when you're very stuck in how you think games should be designed, you can really miss the forest for the trees in certain genres. Like, if you're gonna skip the text in an RPG, like, what's the point? You know, there's a very clear connection between those characters that you develop and those statistics they have and that you develop and their place in the story, you know? And that's something I think Shigeru Miyamoto might not understand either. Because, like, Aaron will... oh, of course I'm supposed to use the flyer. What am I, a moron? This is what happens when I start talking about stuff and not paying attention to the game. he had this, I think I talked about this before, but he had this really excellent video about Mega Man X. And Mega Man X does indeed, he exaggerates a bit. Like Mega Man X is not really the perfect thing he makes it out to be, but it's good. It explains itself quite well. But then he gets frustrated that games of other genres don't do the same. And that seems a little short-sighted, you know. There are going to be games that can't explain themselves through intuition because they aren't intuitive by nature. Like, make a real-time strategy game with any kind of complexity intuitive. I challenge you. It's impossible. There are so many interfaces and details and variables attached. You can't teach that through intuition because it's not intuitive by nature. Jumping and reacting to little gaps is a very intuitive thing. You know, it's something you can correlate to your actions. You can walk, you can jump, but you don't have a menu in your head where you click on units and spend money. Oh, this is... Put the Benny Hill music behind this, because this is getting ridiculous.
Ow! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Can we hit this guy?
Gotcha!
There we go. Gotcha. And we got him. Wow, that was ridiculous, but I got it.
Hi-ya! Yeah! Yeah!
This is a cute picture.
Yeah!
Were these the abominable snow apes, perhaps?
Yeah! Yeah! Ow! This bites!
Well, ouch.
Get up and go get those apes.
Oh, that was unnecessarily creepy, Professor. Why you gotta get up on my grill like that?
Hi-ya!
Anyway, yes, indeed. So trying to demand that things be intuitive and that things explain themselves. Some things are simply not self-explanatory, especially if they're complex. The more complex the game, the less intuitive the explanation is going to have to be.
I'm going for it!
Yeah, in that regard, I think Miyamoto's philosophy... Wow, Miyamoto, look at me talking about him. I think Mr. Miyamoto's philosophy lends itself very well to games that are indeed intuitive. But then he tries to enforce the same rules on other games, other series, and it doesn't work as well. Which is sad. And it's also sad when people who like to examine games critically, like Aaron Hansen, make the same mistake. Oh, the apes are still caught. Okay. They haven't re-escaped. The music here changes speed a lot. It just seems like a lag, but it's very weird. That's one way to put it. I don't think it's even a focus on gameplay that's the problem, because I think focusing on gameplay is a good idea, but I think he forgets the role other things can play for gameplay. Like we just looked at the way the game's music quiets down when you sneak, stuff like that, right? That's on part of the sound design, but it actively contributes to the game design, to the game mechanics, to the gameplay. Oh boy, Skyward Sword. I actually like Skyward Sword. I also like Twilight Princess. Skyward Sword is not in my top Zelda games, and Twilight Princess is though. I think Skyward Sword had a few flaws, and depending on how bad those flaws impact the experience for you, the game is either really great or really annoying. There's obviously Fi's penchant for explaining literally everything multiple times. Like, take a shot every time there's an emotional cutscene, and Zelda or whatever says, okay, I'm going here next. And then Fi comes up and says, hey, Zelda might be going there next. And it's like, yeah, okay. Okay. I get it. There's plenty good about Skyward Sword. It had a good presentation. It had very good dungeons. The story was good, comparatively. It had an actual arc with Link and Bruce and all that. Yeah, there's a lot of... the design of Fi is cool. I don't actually fundamentally disagree with the motion controls either. I think having enemies that relied on you slashing in a certain direction was very cool and interesting, and a very natural use of the motion plus. It's just a shame that a margin of people experienced lots of issues with it. That there's people, including myself, who basically had a perfect experience with it, but so many people didn't that I assume there was some sort of technical flaw affecting certain televisions or distances or what have you. But you know, I didn't mind the I'm just getting killed by this obnoxious Octorok. Yeah, that's what I've heard, and I think you're probably one of those people that indeed there was definitely something that didn't go right with the motion controls, but there were people who had perfect experiences with it, and I think all...
Oh no!
I need to focus more on the game, apparently, because I'm messing up left and right. Right. I can see how that would be an experience ruining flaw, but well, I understand perfectly well why Skyward Sword is a controversial game, but at the same time I love it. Like it's definitely, like I said, I wouldn't put it at the top of any lists, but it's just good, basically. That's what I think, anyway. Ah, he went into the water. Big mistakey. For he did not expect my net. could make an hour-and-a-half long YouTube video explaining what you find wrong with it. And you would probably be accurate on all points, but I could probably make a... Wow, that sounds so... I'm not trying to argue with you, but I think there's a lot of good about the game as well. Maybe we should just shoot this guy down from a distance, because he is being a bit annoying. There we go. I'm not sure if there's even anything left to do here, but... I'm not sure if I'll actually make a video. I think there's room for everyone to have an opinion. And I have mine, but I don't really feel a need to articulate it to that extent, really. I think one of the great things about the Zelda series is that everyone has their own favorite, and that's because even though some people some people accuse the series of being formulaic, each game is actually very different.
Ow!
I really hate these Oxorok guys.
Ow!
But yeah. Some time ago, PBG and Youngtown made a pretty good video of articulating what they like about Skyward Sword. Mark Brown has a very interesting series called Dungeon Keys, where he analyzes the dungeons from the Zelda series. Although he definitely has a very strong bias against linear dungeons. So he likes it when dungeons allow multiple routes. And he basically considers, and this is another, that's something you see with Aaron as well, he basically considers that an objective virtue. At least he did initially, but he cooled down a bit on that after people offered their own views. He started categorizing them properly and such. It's a very good series, I would recommend. Yep. That was so egregious, the whole Ganondorf's behind it all. Was so egregious that TV Tropes named that trope where an older villain takes over the reins from a new villain, hijacked by Ganon. That's definitely what it felt like. Oh, I was rotating the controller to fly up, but I had the wrong thing selected. Yeah. I'm actually strongly in favor of linearity, which is... It depends on what you play Zelda for. A lot of people play Zelda for exploration. And I think that's why there has been such a clamor to get games like Breath of the Wild. But Breath of the Wild, for example, has its own problems as well. It barely has a story. And there is a lot of... you know what? I'm not even going... As you say, linear and non-linear have their advantages and disadvantages. That's the gist of it. And I love them both. Is that right? They made Twilight Princess on a wingsuit? Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Ah, that explains why Midna was so well fleshed out as a character, I suppose. They basically built the game around her then, or? I definitely feel Midna is still one of the best characters to come out of the Zelda series. Ow. Right. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Depending on what day it is, Twilight Princess might be my favorite Zelda. There are times when I say it's Majora's Mask instead. And then, when I'm feeling especially hipster, I say it's Link's Awakening. Or when I want to upset people, I say it's Spirit Tracks. Ah, right. I remember seeing some really wacky variations of Midna's design. That is true. From the Shadow World, yeah. Gotta have a Dark World after all. It's been a staple since A Link to the Past. Definitely sounds like they had a lot of interesting, disjointed ideas to work with. Our game is literally a hodgepodge of it would be cool ifs. I guess that sounds about right.
This bites.
Ow, gets electrocuted again for good measure. This poor kid. I want to prevent that guy from going into the UFO if possible. Oh, he went in, didn't he? Well, so much for preventing the UFO. I hit it and it started smoking. I just told you that's a bad habit. Get him. Okay.
Yes!
Another level completed. How fortunate. But yeah, that is kind of a shame, you know. I actually like it when the Zelda series branches out with new villains. The problem is a lot of the new villains are basically Ganon, but in a slightly different code. You know, there's the antagonist of... have you played A Link Between Worlds? Okay, we gotta capture 6 out of 9 monkeys. Apes. Yeah. Okay, well that guy was basically Painter Ganon, right? And
Let's go!
Spirit Tracks is basically Yuga, yes, train Ganon. The only villain that kind of stood apart, if I recall, was Vati. He comes off as a bit more sneaky, a bit more devious than what Ganon is usually presented as. And he had some sort of a backstory that made me think there could be some sort of path of redemption for him even, but he just got dropped. Which is a shame, because I think Vati was a pretty cool villain. And Zant was a cool villain, interesting. Girahim was very different, true, too. But they all eventually get replaced with a more Ganon-like villain. Which is kind of a shame. You see like this attempt to branch out, but then immediately snap back to the familiar, you know? It's too bad. Because those villains are awesome. That's not to say that Ganon can't be awesome. Wind Waker Ganon is probably... He has demise. Not sure what to even say. Yeah, that's the point. You get too little information about him. Girahim, on the other hand, was a pretty interesting character. You know, he had emotions, he had motivations. He felt like a character, you know. Zant was the same way, and also very different. I keep forgetting I have this thing. I need to use it constantly, or else it'll just disappear from my mind. They probably want me to use the hula hoop thingy here, but that's too mainstream for me. Okay, apparently I should have just done it, mainstream or not. It doesn't pay to be contrarian when you're just doing it for the sake of contrarianism. I think we all learned something today. Well, I mostly just learned that I should have used the hula hoop, but... Another interesting topic is assistant characters from the Zelda series. I mean, Midna is kind of at the top of that list by default. But there are many good assistant characters, interesting ones. And some of them are cool ideas, but that maybe missed the execution a bit. Fi is a super cool idea, and she has a cool design. But the spirit of the game developer continues to possess her and compel her to repeat things that were already said or that are obvious. Which worsens her role a bit. But otherwise, she has a cool design, she has a cool... she has cool music. You know, there was... in the end, it kind of missed. It missed what it could have been, but... it wasn't a total loss. But yeah, the King of Red Lions is cool. Ow. Okay, we need more of a head start there. That much is obvious. Not least of all because Annie had a cool design and he played an important part in the story as well. Let's see who else. Eslo is pretty cool. He's the hat, the bird hat from Minish Cap. He's cool. I like him. Well, I think this is another one. I'm gonna have one of those pretentious subjectivity things, but I think how much I smell the blood of an Englishman. No, how much Fi's story affects you definitely depends on how annoyed you were by, indeed, her interruptions and unnecessary explanations. Like, if you were sort of patient about those, or you didn't really mind them too much, there is it. What am I doing something wrong there? I have to. Yeah, I think if you can get past the unnecessary explanations, I think there was something there. I definitely know people who felt something for Fi by the end of the game. Let's see what else there is. Lineback. Lineback is good. He's a jerk, which is interesting. It makes him stand out as an assistant character. Most of the assistant characters are, you know, unquestioningly, wow, talking. Most of them are at least, you know, on your side, committed to a good cause. Lineback is just a jerk, a selfish jerk. Funny. Zelda as a spirit in Spirit Tracks was a very good assistant. Very funny. Interesting roles in the dungeons, where you could possess those phantoms. Okay. Something has to change about what I'm doing here. See, why did it stop there? I don't get it. I don't get it. This must be immensely frustrating to watch for veterans of the game. I apologize for my incompetence. It's taking some time to get used to this, clearly. Let's see. Tetzel was an interesting progression from Navi. People really disliked Navi. Yeah, all those Ape Escape veterans out there. Because Tattle 1, she didn't say, hey, listen, but she made more of this ding 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 noise. She was more sarcastic. Kind of interesting to see that progression. Wow. I need to focus. I need to do this. But how do I cross that bridge? Is the hula hoop the answer after all? Because I seem to be doing something wrong. Like I keep getting interrupted mid-jump. Mid-run, rather. I completely ignored the middle platform there, yikes. Yeah, so one of the most I'm gonna drop the whole specifically talking about side characters thing and just talk about characters in general. One character I really like, since I mentioned Link's Awakening, is Marin. She really ties into this concept that when I was a kid, kind of freaked me out. This idea of this being that exists within it. I'm not sure if I should be worried about Link's Awakening spoilers. I have no idea why that took me so many tries. That was ridiculous. Yeah, if you don't want Link's Awakening spoilers, well, I was gonna say like mute the audio for like 10 seconds. Yeah, okay. But then I'm gonna go into this huge tangent and constantly return to it anyway, so I might as well either just talk about it or just drop it. Yeah, Link's Awakening gave me my fair share of existential dread. Let's put it that way. Gotcha! Okay, we're finally making some actual progress in this stage. We probably weren't even expecting it anymore at this point, but the comeback is real. Aha! I won't be defeated by an evil snowman. Oh no, one of these again. Ow. Harsh punishment to be put all the way down here. But hey, at least there's an ape. There we go. Just two more. So actually, I fell down here intentionally to get that ape. It was all part of my genius plan. So yeah, I was gonna go into another rant, but then I was worried about spoilers, so I just felt quiet. Anyway, Link's Awakening, good game. That was close. Aha! More cookies for me. That was very risky. Why didn't I just jump? So the ideal way to do this is to chain the jump into the flying thing, but going from the trigger button to rotating the right stick requires a level of dexterity that I don't have in my old age. Wait, did I even go here last time? I feel like I have gone in the other direction. Oh yeah, the bridge is above here. That was way too close, but we made it. Look at the light coming out of this place. Looks cozy. Ah, the hot springs, finally. Even if the music is kind of weird and techno-y. There we go. No need for sneaking, I guess. Just grab him. Hey there, Invader Tech. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. It's probably for the best that you missed the first part of the stream, because, wow, I've been performing so abysmally, it's embarrassing. Oh, you think so? I hoped I was going at a pretty steady pace, but I didn't feel confident about it after I took like an hour to get the first stage. This stream, anyway. Took me like an hour to get all the apes in one of the stages. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I'm used to it, but starting to get accustomed to it, definitely, yeah.
I've been waiting for this for a long time. This is just between you and me. Follow me.
Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to interrupt him.
Let's go!
Come on. Oh. See, I was furiously rotating the stick there, but these races can take a few tries. So it's not just me, they're actually pretty difficult. Oh, I keep skipping. It's just I instinctively push the button, but I just grabbed the first version I could find, really. I didn't know there was any benefit or
I've been waiting for this
detriments
for a long
to using
time.
any specific
This is
version.
just between you and me. Follow me.
Alright, let's give this another shot.
Let's go!
True. Valve conversions can be a bit... Well, come on. When I hit the wall, the rotating thing doesn't work anymore. Whoops. The floor is lava, apparently. Ow. Man. Started off so well, too. I almost certainly would have lost him here, though. So close to the end, too. Is that so? I haven't actually played the Donkey Konga games. Yeah, the ones that use the drums, right? I should play them someday, but...
You're pretty good, but it's not over yet.
I wonder if there's any benefit to actually completing those levels, because, you can just continue on. Ah, you got the North American versions and you have the Japanese versions on the way. I see. Spectre coins, I see. So it's more for completion. Well, let's save. And continue. We are at the 2-hour mark, so oh, whoops. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Yikes. PlayStation, please. I was gonna probably stop around this time, since it's been 2 hours, but now that you're here, it will be kind of stupid to just stop. So I'll do one more stage.
Spike, we finally located Spectre. We don't know his exact whereabouts, but he's hiding somewhere within the period of the dawn of civilization. His army is growing stronger and larger, and he's finalizing his plans for taking over the new world. Transport there now and find him. Time is running out. Hurry.
This is where the difficulty ramps up. Uh-oh. I'm very concerned considering how much trouble I've had already. Capture 7 monkeys. Okay. Huh. I'm just listening to it now. Just, yeah, it is nice. Definitely one of the better themes. Wow, that implies the others weren't good. No, it's definitely one of my favorites too thus far. Ha! I love that. The whole ninjas replacing themselves with blocks of wood thing. I wonder if it's even possible to sneak up on this or if it'll trigger an event. Well, no events have been triggered so far. That one is a bit oblivious, but the other one noticed me. He thought he could hide in the bell. He thought he was saved by the bell. Which was an interesting series. Wow, I do that so often. Wow, my throat is dying. Yeah, I often use the weapon in the wrong direction. Be like, it perfectly lined up, ready to catch him, and then I'll hit it in the wrong direction. Like I said, it's just a bit too complex for me to do it intuitively. The switch between grabbing the net and then hitting in the right direction. I'll go like boom and boom, but often I'll hit in the wrong direction then. I can only blame myself, but yeah, it is something to get used to, definitely. A lot more complex than your average platformer. There was an ape here just now. Has he gone into hiding? It's the only PS1 game that requires the DualShock. I see. I did notice that it requires it, but I had no idea it was so unique in that regard. Cool. Wow, there's a lot to explore here. That's a good tip, I guess. So yeah, we've also been doing a lot of Stardew Valley of late. It's very fun to stream with another person. I haven't done much of that. Maybe something to try more of in the future. There we go, I actually hit it right that time. I'm so impressed with myself. Oh hey, another monkey. Ape. What? It can be really awkward when you keep hitting in the right direction, but just too late. Definitely gives it this cartoony Benny Hill feel when you constantly hit in the right direction, but just a bit too late, you know? I should probably just knock him out before I even try. Oh, almost fell into the lava there. Look at that effect. Maybe sneaking is the right solution? He moves around even when not alerted, though.
This bites.
Whoops. That was a bit anticlimactic. Just crawls into the lava. This bites. Considering the fact that he just fell in lava, he's taking it rather well, honestly. There we go. The ape has been unescaped. No more monkey business, you might say. Sorry. There are places to explore higher up, but maybe I should go back for now and explore some other stuff in this stage as well. I keep forgetting about the, that. The flying thing. The helicopter cap. Come on, don't tell me I can't even get up here. Sky flyer, that's it, thank you. I'm not sure if there are any more apes up here, but I can sure use some more lives at least. Whoops. Sky flyer. I'll try to remember the names of items, but I've never been too great with names. It's enough effort to remember my own name. It's a nightmare every time I try to log into a website. Can't we sidle up to the wall somehow? Or am I just gonna have to do this very precarious thing I'm doing right now? Oh, there's one of those coins there, but... Oh, I hate it when I trigger it too late. We'll return here later if we can't find any more apes, but let me check the rest of the stage too. I don't want to stay in one place for too long. Gotta look around. It's a big stage after all. I probably had the most trouble with the Dexter's Jungle. What was it called? Dexter's Jungle? The jungle level where you go inside the dinosaur. I had some real trouble with that one. Can I catch this guy? Yes, I can. 2 more. Dexter's Island, that's it. I remember making a joke about Dexter's Laboratory, and then I completely forgot the original name. Like I said, not so good with names. I still don't know how to get through those transparent blocks. Because there was one ape hidden in there, but I couldn't get to it. Huh. There must be another way in there. And there was this small gap you could... Looked like you could crawl through, but I couldn't crawl through it, so... Let me grab this. No, don't exit. Yikes, I almost exit. Oh, I see. It's a thing for later. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. I felt like a real idiot being unable to figure that one out. Like I said, apes with guns. I'll never get used to it. I'll never get used to this cute, cartoony looking game and then these apes shooting at you with semi-realistic looking guns. It is the weirdest thing. We haven't gone in here yet, have we? I am here to train, master. Sensei. Yep. Is this the Buddha? Get out of here. Game's almost 20 years old. That's crazy to think about, huh?
Oh no!
Oh no! Sorry. I shouldn't be doing silly imitations. But how else can I voice my frustrations? I don't swear on the stream after all. The worst I can say is, gosh diddly hacking darn it. All to hack in a handbasket. Like, look at him with the sunglasses gunning, getting gunned down with an ape by an ape wearing sunglasses. It's just unbelievable. Well, there we go. There was some lingering instrumentation there.
You did great.
Right, we made some pretty decent progress, so I think I'm gonna call it here. Let's save. Let's make sure our progress is preserved. Alright, yeah, that's it. We're at 27.9%, but I'm assuming that's total completion, not the main story. I'm assuming we're pretty far into that, based on what you said, Invader Tech. Right, that was fun. Bit of a rough start, I won't deny that, but I think we got into the swing of things. I should probably try to ensure that I don't have that there's not more than a week between sessions, because that's gonna make things a lot harder. So I'll try to plan it out a bit better next time, and if both Tuesday and Thursday end up being Stardew streams again, we'll have to just plan in an extra day for Ape Escape. I'll have to think about how to resolve that, but yeah. Anyways, this has been a really fun stream. I ended up saying a lot of stuff that I might regret about video games. I want to thank Alden and Invader Tech for visiting. It's always great to have you guys here, and I hope you'll join me next time as well. We'll stream on Thursday. It'll probably be a Stardew stream again, but we'll see what happens. But assume it's a Stardew stream for now. So, with all that endless blabbering in the outro, thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye bye.